Alright guys, so today let's look at some notes about just the basics of translating a function. This is something that you should have done in geometry, middle school, elementary school, etc. But today we're going to talk about the basics just to review. So remember that to translate means to move an object up, down, right, left, or diagonally. We're just talking about translation here. We're not talking about transformations. Again, just translations, so the direct moving an object up, down, right, left, or diagonally. In example 1, we're asked to translate the function to the right 3 units. Something important to remember is that when we're going right or left, we're talking about the x value. And if we're talking about the x value, then that means whatever we're doing, we're only going to be affecting the x value. So in this case, it's asking us to move to the right 3. So that means that we're going to add 3 to both of our x values here in order to get some new points to make a new line. So again, I'm going to be adding 3 to both of my x values to get new points to make my new line. So my x value in the first point down here is -4, 0. So I'm going to add 3 to -4, which will give me -1. And then I just drop down the 0. So my new point would be 1, 0. In this case, I have -2 plus 3, which gives me 1. So my new point is 1, 2. So now I can graph these two new points. Again, my first one is -1, 0, which would be right here. My second point would be 1, 2. And now that I have my two new points, I can draw a line through them, and I'll be able to graph a parallel line to my original line. If you look and we just want to verify that we moved over 3 units, I can see this is where 1 should have been, so I can see that I went over 1, 2, and 3 units, which would be the same down here as well. So therefore, I moved my function to the right 3 units. If we look at example 2 asks us to translate this quadratic function down here up 3 units. Remember, when we're talking about going up would now be our y values. So here we're actually going to be adding 3 to each of our y values in order to move our function up 3 units. So here we're going to add 3 to each of our y values in order to move the points. So again, I'm adding 3, and adding 3. And my new points will be 1, 1, 4. This one would be 0, 3. And my last one over here would be -1. Again, my x values are staying the same. I'm just shifting the function up, and 1 plus 3 once again would be 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to graph my 3 new points. My first new point is at -1, so still a -1, but now I'm going all the way up to the 4 right here. My next one is at 0, 3, so 0, 3. And my last one is at +1, 4. So I'll go up here. And now what I need to do is connect my dots so that I have a new quadratic function, but shifted up 3 units from my original space. What you'll notice is it's not changing the shape of my function at all in either case. It's not making it bigger, smaller, wider, anything like that. It's literally just translating or shifting the function in a direction based on what we're asked.